YOLO dope people of YouTube. So, alright, man. So, I said I grew up in Hollywood, right? So, this is the actual building that I nailed all the fucking cars' tires. Alright? One of these was where I lived. And that corner parking spot was mine, man. I literally nailed every fucking car's tire into this parking lot, dude. Because they had it coming like a motherfucker, you know? Revenge is a bitch. There's so many memories on the street, man. I think I was like 12 years old. No, I wasn't 12. I was like 14, 15, because my friend had just got his permit. So I must have been, he's a year older than me. So he's 15 and a half, which makes me 14. Yeah. So on this street, on this fucking corner right here, right? Man, we're like chilling down that way, and this old couple is here, man. Like grandpa is walking down the street. Some homeless dude literally tries to rob him, and from one of these houses, man, we're all just kicking it in the front. So me and my friend just run up over there like to help grandpa out, and this fool gets two 40 bottles for like, because he was homeless. He had like cans and bottles, right? So he took 240 bottles, smashed them together. He's like, fuck you, and this, and my friend's car was parked like just there, like 10 feet away. So my friend just opens the car door. He grabs his dad's walking stick. His dad used to walk with a cane. And I grabbed the tire jack, the one that looks like an X, right? So I grabbed the tire jack. So this dude drops the bottles. He grabs a chain from his cart instead, you know, his shopping cart. And he's swinging this long ass chain, which is kind of slow, right? Because it's a really long chain. So when he swings and misses, my friend straight hits him with the fucking cane on the back of his neck, bro. And the cane snaps in half. And as soon as he ducks down, I hit him with the fucking jack. And this dude fucking left the shopping cart, ran away and shit. Grandpa is like, oh my god, thank you guys so much. You guys are so fucking whoop-de-whoop, right? And then we were still mad, so we kicked over all his fucking, we kicked over his shopping cart full of shit. And he had a box, and we took that box. He had a pager in there and some shit. This is 90s shit. You're talking about pagers, you know? This is before text messaging and shit. So, man, there's so many stories here, dude. That same building, I almost got my head blown off in front of that building one time. Some people pulled a gun on me. Literally, like when I'm walking my dog. And the bitch thing was like, they were like fucking 8 to 10 deep. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they put a gun like basically to my head, and they mistake me for someone else. But I was just fresh out of county at that time. So I was like 21, I think. So I was like fresh out of county, like 2 months out. So I didn't give a fuck. I was still in that county mentality. You know what I'm saying? So they asked me, you know, if I'm from so-and-so gang. And I told them, nah, homie, I'm a Southsider. What's up? You know? And that kind of like threw them back. Like, what? You know? And then the dude just held a gun to my head and didn't say a fucking thing. And I was just looking at him like, I really don't give a fuck, homie. Like, I'm looking at him like, what the fuck you gonna do? You know? And his friends tapped him and were like, oh, you know, it's not him. Let's leave. And they all left, and this dude stayed, and he held the gun like to my head, essentially, right? Like not directly to my head, but pointed at my head. And I looked at him, and I didn't say another fucking word. I'm just looking him dead in the eye, dude. Like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Let's see what happens here, right? And that dude just put the gun away and left. So I was like, all right, there goes that. And then I walked home with my dog, ate some food, and that was that. And there's so many stories in Hollywood right here, man. I've been here since before this thing was built, and this thing has been here forever, right? What other stories is there around here I could just pop up in my head? There's a hookah lounge here. I used to take chicks to. Oh, so one day, man, this is during the time I'm getting like ticket after ticket, man. I'm young, like I was 16 in high school, no, 17 in high school, and I had a full-time job, so I bought me a brand new Beamer, a 3 Series, right? A 2-door coupe and shit. And I was getting a ticket like 3 times a week religiously, man. They just, because back then, you have to imagine, there were no nice cars here. And to see someone like 17 in a brand new Beamer is like, oh, you're getting fucked with bald head, all this shit, right? So anyway, I'm getting so many tickets, man. In my mind at that age, I'm like, man, fuck the police type of thing. And I'm going to the same fucking freeway I'm going to right now, all right? And there's this cop trying to make a left turn into the freeway. So he's in the only, he needs to make a left. It's traffic hour. And it was just timing, and like, I'm gonna be the next car to essentially go into the entrance of the freeway. And as soon as I saw that light turn fucking yellow and I knew that cop was gonna go in, I pulled my car in there. I didn't give a fuck. I pulled it in there, which means he got stuck behind me, blocking the entire fucking intersection, right? So the lane I'm in and the lane next to me now can't fucking move, and he's at fault because he went in. But in reality, I blocked his ass in, because all this was congested all the way up here. So I just pulled up like to the second lane like a dick and just stopped right here. So this cop, I know I'm getting a ticket, man. This dude pulled me over like right here. He pulled me over right there and gave me a fucking ticket. But at that time, I was like, dude, I already have like 25 tickets easily, dude. Like, what's another one? I really don't give a fuck at that point. Finally, my license got suspended at age 21. It got suspended with 24 points on my record. All right, and you're gonna ask me, how the hell do you get suspended at 24 points? That's not possible. You should be getting suspended at like, 2, 3, 4 points. You're right, but there are circumstances, and I went to court so many times for traffic tickets. I knew the circumstances, and the way it works is like, I would just do an extension, and then I'll do a failure to appear, and then I'll get another extension, another court date, and then failure to appear that, and then another court date, and another. So it kept rolling, man, because I was like, fuck, man, these are too many fucking tickets, dude. I literally had tickets in the 30s. You have to imagine, if I got suspended at 24 points, that means there are tickets where the cop didn't show up and it got dismissed, and I still had to pay the failure to appear. There's so many other things, right? Like, some of the tickets had like 2, 3, 4 things on them. You know what I'm saying? So I kept rolling it, and then at 21, I was like, dude, I really need to take care of it. So I literally, in 1 month, went to court for over 30 fucking tickets, dude. It was at the point that I knew the judges by name. I knew the bailiffs by name. You know what I'm saying? I knew what was gonna happen before it fucking happened, dude. Like, and at 24 points, I finally got suspended. But the beautiful thing about rolling tickets back like that is, so let's say your insurance, right? When you get a traffic ticket, it goes to your insurance for 3 years. Well, that 3 years starts from the time you received the ticket, not from the date you are found guilty. So, since I had rolled all that shit back for like 2, 3, 4 years, some of those tickets, dude, like, I got 24 points and almost none of them made it to my insurance because, like, it went on file and then it got taken off as, like, you know, the 3 years has passed. They can't use that in your insurance against you, you know? So I'm spitting a little knowledge and giving you a little insight on Hollywood. So that's one of the places I lived in Hollywood, man. But where I grew up in Hollywood was like Santa Monica and Normandy, like Ardmore, you know? And yeah, got a lot of stories over there. Maybe one day when I'm down there, I'll make a video about that. But this is the freeway I would race on every fucking day. Every day, religiously, I would race on this freeway, man. 120, 130 miles an hour. I didn't give a fuck, dude. I almost lost my life racing on this freeway one time, man. But it was a blast. You know, I was young. I did my thing. I didn't give a fuck. I had a sports car. I knew how to drive like a motherfucker, and it is what it is. And yeah, tons of stories, man. I'm gonna end this one at that. But solo YOLO bolo, man. Stay safe out there, I guess. Peace.